Episode 127, Deadass Dope Podcast in the building. You already know, another week. It's time to get down.
Another one.
We got Kels in the building, Nisa in the building.
Hello.
Jay is not here.
Spiritually.
Jay is here spiritually, but he was eating too much ass. I told him to stay home.
Yeah. We told him he needed to
listened.
stop. Right. We told him he needed to stop eating ass. It's not good for you. Not too much. Just a little bit.
He be thinking I be joking. I'm like, bro, I'm being for real, bro. I want to have a heart-to-heart. We got to sit down and just make sure these appointments we be going on, it's not good for the soul, bro.
Yeah. You got to tell them they got to shave the ass crack before you go down on it, okay? Because the dingleberries are there.
See, Jay, you're going to have to answer to that next week. But, we here. We still holding it down in the stool. Another week. Some music stuff. Oh, we didn't even speak about, new music.
We didn't speak about new music. We spoke about our favorite music last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, in the chat or whatever, we didn't say nothing that we listened to.
I told you my week, right? Nothing really came out between last week and this week. I don't think too much came out. But, my mind has not been anywhere near that.
Listen, you doing real life shit.
Real life shit. Real life busy.
Real life girl shit.
Right. Real life girl shit.
I'm over here scrolling trying to see if I missed anything.
I can't do the
Yeah, don't do that. Just don't. You could just not do that.
Hey, yo.
You know how some people have certain octaves in their voice when they hit, and it's like, oh, you sound good. Does that sound better, by the way?
It sounds so much better. Yep.
Boom.
I said, what the hell?
But yeah, certain people have certain octaves in their voices, so when they hit it, like, oh, that's nice, and then not your voice in particular. I'm just saying, other people you try to hit them, it's not the same. You know what I mean?
So basically, not my voice. Not for the
Yeah.
I wonder how people do it. I'd be like,
like that, but they just don't sound like that.
What? Like, Can you do it?
I'm not doing that.
Listen,
what's happening? But yeah, let's start off with some music stuff, man, because we spoke on this podcast a long time ago about Drizzy and a whole bunch of people dropping fourth quarter, and then he dropped, little teaser for Certified Lover Man. What is this shit called?
Lover Boy, Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, Certified Lover Man from the Brotherland. It's coming out January,
So beginning of the year,
not bad.
Not end of the year, but very close. So most of the shit that we call happens. So end of the year was the rollout, though. I'm
still counting it, exactly.
Yeah,
Fourth quarter's damn near first quarter because it all blends into the same shit.
Remember, what did I say for, I thought that Igor shit came out in 2020, but it came out at the end of 2019. Yeah. So yes, I do mesh that together too. It makes sense because they have to do the promo run and all that extra shit right before, and they release hella songs that are gonna be on that album right before they drop it. So
yeah, we getting at least another single before. I'm gonna say mid-November. That's what
I think December.
I'll say mid-November. So before December, or
I think beginning of December, right before Christmas, we're gonna get another track.
I like the vibes that my guys in, man.
Mm-hmm. Holidays are always good for music drops.
It's every time he drops, there's always some sort of feel to it. Mm-hmm. Actual albums, not like the Dark Lane demos, the playlist he did. What was that? Mm-hmm. The More Life playlist and all that. He's tapping it right now. But yeah, I'm interested to see the Laugh Now Cry Later. I love that joint. Super fire. The Pop Star and Grease records aren't going to be on there. At least I don't think. Those are Khaled records.
I think Grease might, but yeah, those are Khaled records. You never know.
I love Grease.
Honestly. I like Grease and Pop Star more than Laugh Now Cry Later. I do, and you know what? Honestly, I know you were about to say that because you said that you love it, but it's I like them, but I don't. I like the song. I'm just not in love with it. I would like Pop Star because of the video. You know what I mean? It's just
that adds a lot to it.
That added a lot. That video was fire.
Not gonna hold you. Yeah, and Bieber being in there and all that.
It was perfect.
I feel it. But yeah, Laugh Now Cry Later is just very triumphant to me. I love Dirk's verse. I don't know, somebody I mess with the record, man.
I like Dirk. I think Dirk is fucking 8 for 8 in features now.
He's been killing this year.
Yeah, definitely.
He has a
I was guessing how many features he had. 8 for 8.
We gonna go with that. He has a collab joint with King Von coming out. I think
King Von.
Friday. I think this week, I believe.
Got this top from a stripper bitch. She from Chifa.
It's real because Karen Civil did the Welcome to My Neighborhood thing or whatever, and King Von was on it. He was just speaking to how Dirk has been behind his corner the whole time and how much that relationship means to him. So for them two to do a little collab album, I'm looking forward to that because he killing shit right now. Both of them.
Yeah, honestly, both of them.
Both of them.
I think that Vaughn is killing shit. Vaughn reminds me of Polo G.
I can see that.
Like, yeah, not necessarily obviously the same type of like music, but how they came up and shit.
Yeah.
Definitely. For sure.
The vibes is there too.
The vibes for
Vaughn's
sure.
just real though. That's why I mess with Vaughn. I'm like,
I fuck with him heavy. I love.
can you not?
He's from what, Baltimore?
I believe so.
He's either from Baltimore or DMV, and you know I love my motherfucking DMV bitches. He ain't a bitch, but you know, what's up?
Yo, that's insane saying I fuck with King Von. You know I fuck with my DMV bitches.
Right. But you know what I mean? My motherfucking, all my people's from DMV. That's my shit, for real. I wanted to move to DC for a little while.
Just to try something new?
So one of my best friends lives out there, and we have a big group of friends. Well, all her close friends that are now my friends from visiting DC so much. We've all become really cool, and I think that it would just be a good vibe. Every time I go out there, it's always a movie. It's super cool. They're actually they are in like almost in their careers and shit. So like they have plug into business life and all that good stuff. So I think it would be like a good little change of scenery, but it's not going back to New York, and it's not going to another city that I don't know anybody. So I just thought it would be a good vibe.
I'm similar. I know a couple people out there. I've never been though.
Really?
Like Maryland, DC. So one of these days I want to pull up and just, you know what I mean?
But we need a trip.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a minute.
We have been saying that for a minute, and that's actually a really affordable type of trip. So
it's right there.
It's right there. Tickets not expensive.
And you got the
B&Bs
plugs,
we
boom.
split. Yeah, exactly. Boom. Period.
We'll be Gucci. And we can get away from what's going on, you know, in
Right.
the world these days. Get away from our troubles and shit.
I don't know if they're open quite up yet.
I
I
don't
think
think so
they
either.
just started like doing nightlife, like restaurant type of nightlife, but they're definitely not that open. It's so crazy that I'm so used to Florida being open right now, and I haven't gone anywhere since the quarantine and all that shit. So I forgot that the rest of the world is still not opened up. So every time I'm out and I post like a video or like my friends ask me whatever, even like trying to make Halloween plans for everybody else, they're like, "What the fuck?" So it's funny to think that. I mean, we're wide the fuck open. We've been wide the fuck open, and the rest of the world is still basically
you
shut
wouldn't
out.
even think, knowing the people that I know, a couple people I see traveling every week. I'm like, yo, what's up? Put me on.
Right.
But I do know a couple people that purchased all these, like the tickets way in advance. When everything dropped, they were like, all right, I'm going to buy all this for October, November, December. And it just so happens now they're going on the trips. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
I
I
didn't even
respect
think
that. I'm
about
like,
that.
okay. I was like, okay.
Right.
They still fake low. I was looking the other day,
they
I
are
was
still low. I was looking at a trip to Mexico, but basically plans kind of fell through. $250. $250.
Round trip?
I think that was a one way in the back, but the back way was like $180. The back way was only like $180. So what is that? $400?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Room and board?
And I was gonna
like it was college and shit?
Right. The B&B
Room and
was
board?
already covered, but some other shit fell through and I didn't get the time off of work. But $400 is still not that bad because I was gonna book it a week in advance. Normally they're like what, $800 at that time? Yeah. You're paying $400 a ticket. So it is still fairly cheap. I still got a flight credit from March. So
Bro, I still got at least 3 flight credits that we haven't
Used?
been able to use yet. Yeah, and they were supposed, one expired like in September. I think 2 of them expire coming up.
how do they
next month.
expire? I'm like, shit,
You know,
I
they're
should
like,
check.
you have a year in order to do it, but with COVID and everything, of course, they push things back. So that's fine. But the whole point is we haven't been able to use them. You know? Like one of them, I think, was a New York trip we took. One of them was Jamaica because we got stuck in Jamaica for like a week when that hurricane hit. And the other one was Chicago, right when all this started. I think it was right before all
Is
this started
Chicago
going
cool?
on. I didn't go. It got
Oh, you've
canceled.
never been before?
Bro, we booked the trip. We got there. We're waiting, bro. We're waiting. We got our bags. We ready. And like one stewardess didn't show up. And just because that one stewardess didn't show, they had to cancel the whole flight.
What?
We were sick.
Oh, I'd have been mad as fuck. I'd been like, what's her name and what's her email?
We were sick. But the person that we spoke to, the agent, when we pulled up after the fact, and keep in mind, we waited mad long because everybody from the flight had to wait on the same one line to get there. But by the time we got there, she was cool. She let us know, like, oh, by the way, boom, boom, like this is the finesse. You can go wherever she was like, you can literally go wherever you want for this price. And it was a low ass price. So we was like, we coming back to you. Write your
sweet. That's
information
sweet.
down. Yeah, because you know how it is. Everybody's like fucking tight, and especially the women that we around, they don't play. We like, you handle that, because as soon as shit happens, they on the phones ASAP, like, yo, like, bam, bam, boom, boom.
I hate
and the
that
guys is
I'm
over
that
here in the
friend.
corner, like,
right. I'm that friend that like everyone's like, well, I don't know what to do. So then now I gotta put on my professional voice, my phone voice, and then when motherfuckers got me fucked up, I gotta be like, all right, listen,
boom.
bitch, if you don't give my shit, no, I haven't called nobody a bitch on the phone in a long time.
But you know what? I realized too, just growing up, you just respect the fact that the other person on the other side just has a job to do.
Yeah.
Unless they're getting too crazy, then it's like, all right, bet, I'm not going to continue doing this. But you go into it with a certain respect. A lot of people just black, bro.
I was just telling, I'm like, damn, I lost my words. I was just telling somebody last week, right, that I learned how to have a lot more patience with people on the phone, and I've learned how to be a lot more respectful because I've dealt with a lot more customer service. Yeah. So I know that sometimes it is out of your hands. But when people be rude, it's like you got to keep your phone voice and you got to be respectful because, yes, people are calling you when they have an issue. But also, people take stuff personal. I literally, every time before I know I'm about to get an attitude on the phone, I say, look, please ignore my tone of voice. I'm just very frustrated with the company, not with you personally. This, and that happened. And most of the time, they're like, no, girl, honestly, I feel you. I feel you. So you know what? I'm going to try to help you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But it's because I say, hey, excuse my tone of voice.
My bad.
I'm not trying to be rude to you right now, but I'm just frustrated because I've called your company, you know, whatever it may be, multiple times. And I know it's not your personal problem, but I just ask for you to feel for me in a situation like this. Yeah. Please help me out. Like whatever. You're kind of like the only person I could talk to unless you have somebody higher up. And they usually say, you know what? Let me call my boss. Hold on. I got you. I'm going to try. I've had so many people help me out recently because of that. And obviously with everything going on, you need to show respect to somebody with customer service because you honestly need that person to have your back. Because if the customer service person doesn't give a fuck what you got going on, your shit ain't going to go past them.
They ain't going nowhere.
They're going to air you. They're going to, subside you. They're going to make sure you don't get the help because you piss them off. Because after you're rude to somebody, they do take it personal. I had an incident today where I had to call a girl and set some stuff straight. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm calling you, blah, blah. And she off rip got an attitude, rude as fuck. Was like, what the fuck? It's my birthday. I said, look, ma'am, I'm about to tell you, I'm going to solve your
birthday.
Right. I was like,
right.
Look, I'm really sorry. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. But I'm going to solve the issue for you. I just need you to be patient and listen to what I'm telling you. And I'm going to give the answer to you. Plus, I'm actually going to slide you some more shit. We throw her 2 bottles of champagne off that. So I was like, just chill. I got you. Just listen to what I'm saying. She calmed down real quick and she was like, all right. I called her on FaceTime and everything showed because I had to move her from different tables. And she was like, honestly, thank you so much for your help. And I was like, bet, say less. But I had to tell her, chill out. Hey, I got you. That's not
call me a bitch.
I was like, bro, if she would have called me a bitch, I would have been like, you know what? Stay where you at. You got it. Because she was about to be overly crowded in her area. So I was like, do you want to move?
Like this.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, it'll be way better if I put you in a different spot. It's too many people. And she was like, okay, it actually makes 1,000% sense. I got you. I was like, exactly. That's what I was trying to tell you from jump. But you got hostile.
But that's why
she apologized.
I personally think, number one, when you're in customer service, you just know how to deal with those type of individuals, and it trickles into personal life. Mm-hmm. So you won't even be on the clock, but you understand how to maneuver with certain situations when it comes to hostility or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's why Jason here, like whenever we went out and had like those issues or whatever the case is, like the 2 times, whatever, he's like, yo, how? I was like, bro. Like you learn how to deal with it, bro. You learn how to deal with people. You understand like the way people move. You understand like
I think he's in a different career field than both of us. I feel like me and you are somewhat, and we've been through similar.
He deals with people.
He deals with people, but not on like
a customer service.
Yeah,
level.
like it's kind of customer service, but not really. It's more so like health and benefits. So people go into that knowing they need them to help, and when they're frustrated or God forbid, health issues, whatever. He knows how to discuss with them that. But with us, it's kind of like goods and services.
But that's why I think that everybody should have some sort of time in customer service in order to develop that. You know what I mean? That's why it gets me tight because I'll see people who literally work in customer service, whatever field it is, but you deal with people on a daily basis. And they don't have respect when it comes to those type of situations, and they act like they haven't been in those shoes before. I'm like, yo, how can you, like, when you go out and, you know, you see a server is overwhelmed, you see that they have 15 tables and it's extra crowded, and they're like, oh, their service hasn't been good. I'm like, bro, you want to wear her shoes, his or her shoes for this whole shift? She been holding it down this whole time. Like, you don't see it like that because you got to wait an extra however many minutes to get what the fuck you want to get. But it's like, yo, something's got to give.
Right. I usually ask if the service is bad. I usually say, hey, boo, like, what do you have this whole area? Are all these people your customers? And if they fuck around and say no, then I'd be like, all right, bro, you fucked up, because I've been a server before. I know realistically, if you're good at your shit, how many tables you should be able to handle, whether they're complaining, whether they're talking a lot, you know, anything. There's a lot of circumstances to stuff like that. And I've worn a lot of hats in different type of service fields and customer service. So I know how people should behave. That's why I said, until the person on the other end gets an attitude with me, I'm going to try to be as level-headed as possible. And then I'll be like, all right, bro, you got me fucked up. Yeah. But, like, you know, like you said, that grew. Speaking of customer service, I got a lot to get off my motherfucking chest.
She going to be talking?
I'm going to be talking. For real.
She going to be talking?
You want to know or you don't want to know? Should I tell you?
I mean, we here.
All right. So, my week's been shitty. One, it's been shitty. It's shitty-ass week because, one, I got scammed out the $250. That was my own fault.
I was about to say, you deserve that, though. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's the right way to say. That's really fucked up, Kelly.
You just said it was your fault.
I mean, yeah, but to the...
Hello, you learn. You learn.
Right,
because guess what? You're not going to make the mistake again.
Right, but you know when you're still in your feelings about something and somebody try to be funny, don't.
I'm keeping it real with you.
I mean, put yourself in my shoes.
I'm in them.
Okay. So sometimes it's easy to be vulnerable and get finessed when you're in a situation of need.
But guess what? You got to take the L. You got to hug the L tight.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I'm just still salty about it a little bit. So you can't be mad at someone keeping it real with you. I'm just saying. I'm not mad at you. I'm just, you know, my feelings be hurt.
She said, put yourself in my shoes. I'm like, I'm in them. Hello. Like, but continue.
Okay. But yes, okay. So I did that to myself. Okay. I lost out on that. All right, bet. So then I sold the T-shirts, right? So everything was cool.
That's crazy, by the way.
Right. I sold the T-shirts. Everything was cool. The guy that I was speaking with literally like was on point communicating when I got my demo. You can have the rest. When I got my demo shirts and shit or whatever. And then I was like, bet, I'm going to place my order with you.
So for the people who don't know, give them context of what you're talking about. What are these shirts? All right. What are you doing? So on my podcast, separate from Deadass though, sorry if I offend you, we spoke about it a few times, but I released season 1 finale T-shirts. And it took me like 3 months. I designed them. I was hella happy, excited. Cool. I put them up for pre-order. Shit's hit. People were buying them, including my dog, Kelly. But people were buying them. People were buying them up. Shit was sweet. I was like, I bet. I even had different colors. But you did it the right way. Pre-orders.
Yeah, pre-orders.
Before
so I
you
told
get
people,
them created.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I was like, hey, you know, I told people pre-order. I gave them like a time frame, whatever. He was in constant communication with me before I put in the full order.
You mean the guy who's actually
who was creating the T-shirts. He was real, like, communicating on point. He was giving me pointers. He's the one who told me, you know, pre-sale. Don't just buy up front. Mm-hmm. Pre-sale, give it some time. It'll give us both time to kind of get our shit together. And you know the funds will be there, blah blah. And I was like, all right, bet, thank you so much. You know, at that point I'm like, okay, this nigga cool as fuck.
It's in good hands.
It's in good hands. This man's cool as fuck. He made a great T-shirt. He seems really cool. I got put on through my close friends. So I was like, okay, this man's got to be
that's
legit.
That's the worst though.
Yeah.
When it doesn't come to fruition and somebody puts you on, it's like, yo, they co-signed you.
Right. So, and this is like people I be with almost every day. So I'm like, yo, what's good with y'all niggas, bro? Like, fuck out of here.
What's good with you?
So, he was in constant communication. I put in the shirts order on the 19th. He sent me the full price and said I needed to pay the full price for him to make me the shirts by the end of the week. So I said, okay, say less. I got the money. I'm not tripping on that. You seem real legit. We've been communicating nonstop. Boom. I sent him the full amount. And I said, bet, it'll be done by Friday. This is last Friday. It'll be done by Friday.
That sounds like a finesse already to me. Like, I'm going to just do it within this week. Depending on how many orders you had. You know what I mean?
It was only 70 something. So it was like...
That's still a lot.
It is a lot.
Because I'm sure he has a lot of other shit to do. But that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you said that, I'm like,
Before I paid him, though, I was like, hey, if I pay you by Sunday or Monday, what's the turnaround time realistically? And he was like, honestly, with that amount of shirts, it's really not that hard. Probably about Friday or Saturday. I said, okay, bet.
Yeah. You know what? Let me not even say a finesse. Just you know how you expect to have something done by a certain time, and it's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I got a lot of stuff going. I think that's.
But that's something that, as a business person, you should calculate.
Correct.
Me being the customer, and I don't make T-shirts. To me, I think that it seems easy as fuck. Obviously, you know, when you're not in position, you don't know. So I was like, I mean, the turnaround time on my first shirt was like nothing. Literally, like, basically hours. I got it the next day. So I'm not thinking it's about to be stress for me to get the rest of the shirts if he said he can do it in this time. So
wait, so you got it. You got the design 1st. You hooked up with him. You got a sample made. He did the one. And then you pre-ordered. You got all your pre-orders in. You told him how many. He said, okay, but if it's Monday, it'll be done by Friday or whatever the case is.
Friday or Saturday, right?
Okay.
So first he said Thursday, Friday. Then he said, no, actually Friday, Saturday. So I was like, okay, maybe he thought about it. Like, bet, okay, cool. So I was like, all right, you sure? He said, yeah. I said, okay, bet, let's run it. Boom. Got the shit done. He was still in constant communication with me when I paid. We talked about a bunch of shit. Ooh. He was real cool. He was like giving me business tips, like all this extra stuff. He was like, I got a man's that does photography. If you want to do like anything in the future, you can like get your shirt shot and da-da-da. And I was like, damn, you cool as fuck. Like, thank you so much. He even let me pay him through Apple Pay versus through PayPal, which I paid my original shirt for, because he was like, I'll save you the taxes on it. So it saved me probably about $50, right? So I was like, all right, bet. Thank you. No, I appreciate you. If everything gets ready done by Friday, I'm gonna give you a tip. That's me saying in my head. I'm not going to tell him I'm going to tip you. But you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you, right? Friday roll around.
Yeah.
I go, hey, when can I pick up? Yeah, last Friday. Yeah. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, where can I pick up my shirts? No response. Hey, what's good? He responds, hey, actually, you know, some shit happened. The shirts didn't come in when they were supposed to, and it's on back order. So they should come.
Back order.
Bro. He was like, they should come in by tonight, 9 p.m. And it was only one color of shirts that he said didn't come in. Right. One color of shirts. Now I know that was a lie, obviously. So he goes, there was only one color of shirts, and they were supposed to land like a couple of days ago, and he was going to roll them out, but they didn't. So they were going to come Friday night at 9. I said, okay, thank you. You know, I'll be in touch. He said they'll be ready by Saturday morning. So at this point, I was like, are you sure? I'm like, please tell me you're sure, because I have people that are going to need to know. He said, yeah, I got you. So I post on my page, hey, you know, shirt's about to be done. I'm going to hit y'all up with tracking. And keep in mind, I paid for my shipping. I paid for everything on my end. And I even got my packing slips. I paid for everybody's tracking stuff already.
Oh, so you was ahead of the game.
Yeah, I paid for, as soon as I paid him for the shirts, I ordered bags. I ordered packing slips. I got my tracking orders in. I got everything because I was like, I don't want people to think I'm unprofessional. So as soon as I'm ready to go, I'm going to get shit done, because that's how I am. I like to be treated professionally, and I like my shit to be done how it's supposed to. So I like people to treat me that way. And under my opinion, that's what it was. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this nigga a shot. Saturday morning roll around. Hit him up Saturday. I say, hey, what's good? Like, you know, when can I pick up the shirts? No response. Hit him up Saturday afternoon. Yo, like, what's good?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Nothing.
Just being just transparent about your business, especially when you've been talking to somebody, there's already been funds transferred and all that. Just communication. Because I guarantee you, you would have been tight. Don't get me wrong, because you told me it will be done by Friday, Saturday.
I wouldn't be as mad though. I would have been like, okay.
Because now you're stringing me along. You're making me feel like a dickhead, because it's like, you told me it will be done by a certain time. It's not done. So it's like, yo, you're not reliable. I can't do all this. And keep in mind, this is your first one for the podcast, your first like major push when it comes to merch that has to do with your brand. So you want to make sure it's on point. And he's the one that's fucking that whole situation up.
Right. So now you making me look crazy. So when you start making me look crazy, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get...
And you wasting my time.
Right, and you wasting my time. And you wasting my money, and you wasting my time, because I could have went with somebody else who knew how to do the job right. So I hit him up, and he's like, hey, shirts didn't still... Finally, he writes me back Saturday. Shirts still didn't get here. They'll be here by tonight. I'm going to do them. As soon as I get here, I'll make you priority. I said... Okay. He goes, I'm going to actually see if I can go pick them up from UPS. I said, oh my God, thank you. So. Like, you know, no, at that point, I'm like, let me be nice. I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's real. He goes, no problem. Cool. I hit him up Saturday night and I go, yo, did the shirts ever come in? Did you figure out? Because, by 9:30, 10 o'clock, UPS is closed, my nigga. So what's good? Did you get them or did you not? No response. Sunday, I questioned the message. No response at all day long. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit him up again Monday. Monday, boom, I start calling him. He don't answer. He texts me. He's like, hey, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
He texts me Monday, like almost afternoon, like around like 10:30, 11, was like, hey, I'm so sorry. The shirts never came in. They just got to my house. I'm going to push them out now. They should be ready for you to pick up. I promise. I said, all right, cool, bet. I just want you to communicate because right now you haven't been saying shit. And he was like, no, I've been communicating with you. I'm not going to argue with you about you communicating with me because I'm the customer. If I feel like you haven't been communicating with me, that's what it is. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I don't feel like you communicated with me, you have not. So don't tell me that you have communicated with me because I'm telling you, you have not. So how are you going to tell me what I'm telling you I'm not getting from you? That's stupid. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, he's not. Right. The customer's always right. And then the moment you tell the customer they're not right, the more mad they're going to get. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just let it slide. I'm not going to argue with him about it. I'm not going to argue at all because I want my shirts. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let it slide.
You already paid everything. I
already paid everything. It's like, I'm just, it is what it is. There's no point in arguing. So I was like, you know what? Let me just kill him with kindness. Thank you so much. Please get my shirts in. And I'm thinking the nicer I am, the faster the shirts will get done because I'm being nice. So Tuesday roll around. Still don't got my shirts. He completely ignored me Monday night. Tuesday roll around. I'm like, yo, like you ignored me all night. What's good? He goes, I stood up till 3 o'clock. I stood up late trying to fix your shirt. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. To fix your shirts. And then I realized that the pocket is something that you telling me you made the prototype, right? But you don't know how to make the rest of them?
It's literally
the same thing.
The same thing. The reason why you make a prototype is to make sure it's right. Once you get it right.
And that you know how to do it.
You just do it.
So you know exactly what the fuck to do. So now you're playing with me. So I'm like, okay, well, he's like, it's taking more time because of complications, but I'm going to have them ready for you after you get off work. I said, okay, cool. Hit him up when I get off work. Nothing. He finally hits me back, oh, it's going to be later in the night, but blah, blah. I call him and I'm like, yo, you told me it was going to be 5 o'clock. It's now 7 o'clock. I stood after work later because I had shit to do on my end, and I still gave you 2 extra hours, and you still not giving me a fucking time frame to come and I didn't say fucking, but I was like, you're still not giving me a time frame. I'm just asking you to communicate. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm not trying to get an attitude with you, and I'm not trying to annoy you. And he was like, you're not annoying me. I totally understand. Like being real, customer service.
Damn right. He's like, yo, she keep on hitting my phone. Yeah, give me my product, bro.
And I'm annoying him because he's not writing back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, you're not communicating with me, so I feel like I'm annoying you. He goes, no, you're not annoying me. I totally get that. The only reason why I am not communicating with you is I'm busy. I said, okay, well, let me know you're busy then. Right. He goes, okay, well, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I didn't realize how much work their shirts were going to be. It's going to be longer, but I'm going to give you a time. You could pick them up tonight. I'm going to push you to the top. I promise. Okay. So I give him another time. I hit him up at midnight Tuesday and I say, yo, it's midnight. I got work in the morning. Are the shirts done or when are they going to be done or can you give me a time frame? No response. Wednesday roll around. I say, yo, what's good with you? Like, come on now.
This is my favorite story of 2020.
Bro, I'm like, what's good with you? He goes, oh, I had a lot of shit going on.
His voice is hilarious. Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on. And
like a bitch give a fuck what you got going on because realistically, business is never personal until you make it personal. And now he's making it personal because he fucking with my money. And he's telling me to kind of give him a break because of his shit. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on. Like, I don't. So he goes, good morning. I've been pressing the last 40. On Wednesday morning, you telling me you pressing the last 40 T-shirts when I ordered 73? Mm. What?
Yes.
What type of sense does that make if I was supposed to get the shirts on Monday and I was supposed to get the shirts on Tuesday?
No, Friday.
But now, now you got 40 more to do. And I was like, okay, well, he said, I'll have them all done. The back is done. I just need to do the front. I said, okay, I understand. I'm just really happy to get my shirts. Are they going to be done by 5 o'clock today? I will come to you.
She's reading the text, y'all. She's reading the text.
Right. He goes, yeah. I said, okay, thank you. Can you please resend me a pickup address? No response. I call him at 4:30 because he hasn't responded to me. Keep in mind, we were having this conversation at 8 in the morning. He didn't respond. So I call him at 4:30 because nigga, it's been all day. I gave you all day to respond to me. 4:30, he don't pick up. He hits me. I'll hit you back in a second. I said, nah, what's the address? He gives me the address. Yeah. He goes, I'm not there picking up my daughter. I'll hit you up when I'm posted. I said, look, it's a little far for me. So I'm going to give you your time. As soon as I get off work, I'm going to just head there because it's going to take me a minute to get there. No response. I hit him when I'm 20 minutes away. This is 6 o'clock at night. 20 minutes away. No response. I text him again. I said, hello.
So you was on the way. You was going.
20 minutes away.
You was in the car.
Right, I was in the car. So I said, look, will you be there? He goes, no, I'm in Sanford waiting on my baby mama. I said, okay. He said he'll meet me on this side when he comes. I said, okay, can you meet me downtown? He goes, yeah. I said, perfect, thank you. I'm still saying thank you. I'm still keeping the professionalism. 8:40 roll around. I said, are you going to give me a time frame? Because it's almost 9 p.m. at night. No response. I write him back again at 9:30. I said, look, at this point, it's getting unprofessional. I paid you in full on the 19th, and every night since Monday, you've been promising me T-shirts. It's now about to be Thursday. I understand complications do happen, but you also told me my shirts would be available Friday. Then you told me it would be 5 p.m. today for me to pick up, and then you had some random problem. It's now 9 o'clock, and you're not even responding to me. Keep in mind, I had called him twice, too. Nothing. Hits me up at 8:30. I had a family emergency. Screen print orders take 7 to 10 business days. Yeah, I said Friday. Well, the shirts didn't come in. I realized how you wanted the pocket. Nigga, you know what the fuck I wanted when I got my first shirt. Don't play with me. And he goes, oh, it's complications, uneven, Trying to blame me. Basically trying to blame my design for what it is. Why are you trying to find a way to blame me? And then he said, I have been communicating with you throughout the process. I'm not about to keep telling you haven't been communicating with me.
It's a dub. Give me my money back, bro.
Right.
Keep them shirts too.
Exactly. So I'm like, so he asked me my work address.
Keep them shirts.
And said, he asked me my work address. I said, okay, give him my work address. I said, do you have a time that you can confirm? 8:30 in the morning. No response. Text me at 10:17. After I called him, because I called him at 10, he texts me and he goes, I'll be there after 2 o'clock. I'll hit you when I'm on the road. I liked his message because I was like, I'm not about to talk to him no more. Whatever. I just want my shirts. At this point, I'm hot. I'm going to take my shirts, make sure they're done right. Never talk to you again. And anybody ask me to give them the person who did my shirt, and I'm going to tell them you bullshit.
It's a dub. Right?
So nothing. And I'm not about to write no post online, and I'm not going to out his name either on this because I still have a level of professionalism to me. But I am hot. So I texted him at 3 o'clock because he hadn't hit me back from 10 a.m. to 3 o'clock. He didn't say a word to me. I said, hey, just to let you know, I do get off at 5 o'clock. No response. Okay.
It's a lie.
I texted him at 4:45 and I said, look, clearly you're too busy to drop off my T-shirts or to at least do them. So I just want to move forward with the refund.
Yo, when you hit him with the look, you know you're about to hit him with some shit. Like you fed up.
Nothing. Literally nothing. He didn't respond to me or nothing. I texted him at 6:30, a question mark. Still hasn't said anything. So I went to my homeboy because he's a little gully. I went to my homeboy and I said, look, your man's ain't giving me my money back and he hasn't made my shirt. So what's good? He goes, oh, give him till tomorrow. I said, yeah, I'm going to give him till tomorrow until I start feeling like I need to put pressure on this nigga. Like, give me my shit back then. I'm either going to call my bank or I'm going to have somebody go get my money back from me. Like, come on now. So then.
No, you're going to call your bank.
Yeah, I'm going to call my bank. So, that would be my first move because I mean, niggas know my face and shit. I'm not trying to, I'll go professional.
It's just the principle, bro. So it's like if you're playing with my time and my money, it's like there's nothing that you could say to me that will rectify the situation.
At all.
Especially when we got to that point where it's like, all right, you tell them, give me my money back. You don't give me my money back, you know what comes with, you understand what comes with that. It's on site. You understand? So, from the bank.
Yeah, from the bank.
So yeah, so when you hit me up earlier, I was like, okay, that's fine, that's valid. I understand that, but just realizing number one, just everything that you went through earlier in the week with the finesse. Number one,
my
apartment. Finesse number two, all in the same week.
All of my costume ideas, by the way, went to shit.
Listen, you gotta do the hood stuff, bro. Just dead presidents. Just paint your face. I mean,
my homegirl's gonna make the outfit now, but it took us to get in an argument. It was a bunch of shit. It was too much drama all week long for me that I had to listen to 2 sermons this morning because I was like, I need God to just talk to me. Like, I was praying on it because, like I've told you, I'm trying to make sure I just keep my energy to me, but it's like people are really trying to get me on my bag, and it's like I don't understand why. I don't understand why people just keep testing me, but it's life.
Just keep
shit
working on
happens
yourself,
like that,
sister.
right?
Because I guarantee you that you haven't responded the way that you would have in the past.
Oh,
so
hell no, I would have been cussing him out. Nigga, you got me fucked up.
So you obviously see that there's progress there. You just got to keep on going. But that's cool, whatever, when it comes to like whether friends or people you may know, acquaintances, but when it comes to business,
I don't know you like that for you to be playing with me talking about your baby mother. I don't give a fuck about your baby mama or your kid realistically. Like, and it's not personal.
If it was on me, it's like, yo, bro, like, I understand. Like, I apologize. I didn't see that this was going to go on. So let me just recalibrate. Let me see how long it will take me in order to get all this stuff. If it was the case, keep in mind, all that shit probably didn't even happen, bro. He was just bullshitting, doing whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it is. Like, yo, where you at? Oh, like, I'm in Sanford. You're not in Sanford, nigga. Like, you at the crib playing 2K or something.
Right. Yeah? No, I really do feel like that's what it was. Because if you really do what you do and you take on bulk orders, I've talked to 3 different graphic designers. 3 different that do T-shirts and all that shit. They do screen printing and they do heat pressing. They've all told me the turnaround time should have been 5 or 6 days. This man really keeps saying 7 to 10 business days. We had 11 business days, boo. Yeah. Not including the weekend. So who you trying to play right now? Because now it's about to be, I'm not going to get my shirts till Friday. I'm sure of it. But I hit up a couple people and I was like, yo, y'all know him? Y'all know him? Because somebody got to have direct contact with him. And I found somebody who had direct contact with him and who works with him. And they actually just called me back. So I'm going to call them back when we finish.
Hello.
But he was like, you want your shirt back or you want your shirts or you want your money back? I said, look, if he got the shirts, give them to me because I got people waiting. But really, I want my money back. Like,
listen, when it comes to business, especially when it comes to clothing and shit, because ask Shaq, bro, when like we was collaborating on Divine and all that.
It wasn't Shaq, but it was his business partner that I spoke with, and he was like, I could actually do a better turnaround time. So if he gives you your money back, I'm gonna either go to him or I'm gonna go to the other people, and I'm gonna just see where the price point is at because obviously I don't want to spend a lot more than I already was planning to because I already got the original shirt and the screens from this guy. Right. So now I gotta pay for new screens and shirts and everything. So it's like now you got me out my pockets. Like, come on now.
Until that refund comes in, shit. But I say that to say, like, you don't really realize, you know, people talk a good one and everything, right? That's cool, whatever. But when you put your money into it, you had all these conversations where everything should be going from A to Z and then something happens at fucking D. You know what I mean? And shit just stops. It's just like, yo, bro, like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, at Shaq, one of the dudes that did the manufacturing for us, like, just one thing happened. And it just, for me, all it takes is one thing. And I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to hold on to that. Like, I'm going to remember, you know, when this shit happened. And it just kept on happening with one of the people that did our manufacturing. Even to this day, I'm like, fuck him. Like,
nah,
great guy, don't get me wrong, but like if the business is off, like you say one thing and then like we gotta wait another however long. Very similar situation to what you're in. I'm just like, I'm not with it, man. Nah, but it isn't until you get into that position that you realize like all the shit that goes on behind it and the patience you have to have and all the loops that you may have to go through, unfortunately. But
a customer is always right. And you also make sure shit gets done when it needs to get done. And if you need to stay up all night to do something, you need to stay up all night to do it. You don't just push aside somebody's stuff, especially when it relies on their business. So you're not only fucking with your own business by having bad customer service, you fucking with my business too. Right. Or the you know, whoever's getting service from you, you're fucking with them too. That's foul. That's where you cross the line at because you don't not just not give a fuck about yourself. You don't give a fuck about anybody else too.
Well, also with COVID going on and everything, you don't know people's situations. So it's like this, like we're doing business that's great and everything, but you don't know what I have going on my side. I don't know what's going on your side either. But if you tell me that you have a certain point that you're going to make, I'm going to hold you to that. My
thing is, though, you telling me all your family issues and whatever you got pushing, and I feel for you, sir, but not when it comes to you fucking with my shit. Because it's like, I got financial shit pushing on my end. But did I make sure you got paid? Did I make sure you were straight?
On point, too. You didn't be like, yo, like, I'll have it for you however long or whatever. Nah, I got you. Boom.
I got you. Boom. Say less. I made sure I had the money for that because not only for the people that ordered their shirts, y'all paid me, right? So I'm going to make sure that your money goes where it needs to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play y'all and I'm not going to play him. But now I'm getting played. And it's like, now I got to go through fucking 70 people and be like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, this man's bullshitting me. It's my fault completely. Because, you know, you got to take that. You got to take accountability for the people that you trusted and you got to take accountability for your business. So, because I'm taking all that, it's kind of like, I want to slap the shit out of him. Like, I really do. And it's, even if I get my shirts, I'm still going to have a bad taste in my mouth about you. Yeah. Like, and
forever. Every time you see that first shirt, you're going to be like, it's like, motherfucker. Like,
bro, fake ass nigga, bro.
Fuck my whole shit up. But even then, like just going back and now you have to find some. It takes a while to get everything together. Then you get that unit that you can depend on. You know what I mean? When it comes to business. So, but once you find it, you're gonna be off and running. You know what I mean? You have to go through these fucking roadblocks in order to get fucking there.
Right. And I've talked to a couple of people, including yourself, and everyone's been like, yeah, I got it. It's cool. Thank you for telling me. Some people haven't even asked me about them because they probably know that I'm not. I'm trustworthy. I'm not gonna block you on Instagram. I've never been bad about money. I've never been bad about communicating. I'm very anal about everything, and I'm very controlling, as you know. So I talk about everything. I make sure everything's on point. Even when it comes to us sitting down and doing the podcast, I'm always like, yo, I'm on your ass if I need to be. Like, about any situation, whether it be me at work or me in my personal life or what I'm doing, I make sure it has to do with me, it's done right, or it's done exactly how I want it done. And if it's not, I'm tight. So I'm tight right now. Like, what the fuck? That makes me look crazy as fuck. Don't make me look crazy. Now I got to explain myself to all these people. I don't like explaining myself.
You're going to be all right. I mean, you tough.
Right.
So
you tough, right?
You tough, right? Shit happen every day, eh?
It's weird. Like,
but once again, that's just you venturing. And keep in mind, this type of situation is going to compound and happen more the more you invest in your brand, invest in other people. Because when you invest in your brand, you're investing in other people. You're getting the graphic designers, the people who are creating the shit, manufacturing. You have to worry about ordering the shirts or whatever merch you're getting. And it doesn't even stop there, you know what I mean? Like where you get the audio equipment from. In order, if some shit goes on with the podcast, you got to get on the phone with whoever you know what I mean? So it's like, it's going to happen more. I think it's good that it happened early. Literally, like your first shirt order, like this crazy shit happened. But it's like, once you get over the first one, you understand how business goes and shit. It's just like, my whole thing, like with people, period, and I always take it in business, I don't expect shit from nobody. But like I said, I'm not going to repeat myself because I already said it. But it's like, if you give me something and it's not that, I'm tight. Like, we're not going to have this conversation. But I'm very good at... I'm not going to have this conversation with you again. We're not going to do business again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's why every time he kept saying, oh, I have been communicating, I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. I'm not about to repeat myself. So you may feel like you've been communicating, but you can look at the text thread and see that you haven't. So I'm not going to prove a point. I already know what it is. I'm not. If I get into that, I'm going to get into some energy that I don't want to give. Yeah. And we've always talked about, hey, protect your energy, figure out what you want to do, whatever. It's hard. It's hard to do that, but you got to work on it and you got to try, because if you don't, you're going to be mad forever. I'm tired of being mad. I'd be mad, and when I get mad, it's like I fume, and I'm a Cancer. So I go off emotion. So it's like, I don't want to take out what I have pushed. It took so much for me. Like, people were calling me about business. My boss was calling me. It took so much out of me not to get an attitude with every single person today, because I had other stuff going on in my personal life. I had to sit back and be like, look, these people ain't got shit to do what you have going on.
Facts.
I listened to my sermon and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get myself right, whatever. But it's like, it gets to a point where I just want to, you just want to break down and you just don't want to deal with other shit. But I have to put on a big face because I'm a grown ass woman. And I got a lot of other shit that I got to make sure that my mental is straight for, and other shit that I'm worried about. So it's just aggravating. It's like, yo, stop disrespecting people's time and energy and their money and shit like that. Like, this is why problems happen. This is what makes business hard for other people. When I spoke to McGirt, which is Shaq's business partner, he was like, yo, people like him, because I vented to him. This is my homeboy. He was like, people like him are the reason why it's hard for, I guess, like screen printers, all that, people who work locally, people who are starting to get a business for themselves.
Who are trying to get the traction.
It's hard for them to start up and to keep going, because people like him give such a unprofessional type of what do you call it? I guess assumption about it.
Yeah. Because it's like, I already went down that road.
So you're gonna go to
so I'm gonna go to a bigger publisher or whatever, as opposed to
going to somebody
the people
local
that are right next to you, the people you rub shoulders with.
Right, and that's what I told him. I was like, honestly, yeah, if I didn't personally know you, I would just be like, bro, I'm not going to anybody else that's a regular person. I'm gonna go to a company with a fucking name. I mean, that's what it is though. Like a company with a name that they got fucking machines that generate all the shit. Come on now. I was going to do that originally. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to somebody local so I can get a sample t-shirt and I could talk to them. Like, let's take a meeting. Let's talk. he was real cool, and then it just flipped, and it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. I don't give a fuck. Just like you clearly don't give a fuck what I got going on, because I cleared my schedule 4 different times to go pick up the shirts and to wait for them. I work early in the morning. I have other things that I'm doing. Like, be above and beyond, to be calm, to be patient, and to be on his time. Now you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
You been had me fucked up, but now you really got me fucked up to the point where it's like, okay, I don't even want to text you no more, because if I text you, I'm gonna curse your ass out.
Right.
And I don't want to. I want to save my face.
And so we say that to say, number 1, make sure you do business. Number 2, support local. All right. But you have to find the right local people. Okay. You might go through some bumps in the road or whatever the case is, but we got to support each other. But if you fuck up like that, we're not supporting you. How about that?
Not at all.
How about that?
How about that, apples?
Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. You know what I mean? We got some bills to pay, and then we're going to be talking about some other things. You are listening to Deadass Though Radio on 104.5. Nah, imagine.
You're a fucking idiot.
We're back after a short intermission. Back in the building. Had to handle some business.
Are you just
on both sides, huh? That's how I'm going to chop it up. You know what I mean? I'm going to put a little song in the middle. You know, it's not going to be a song. It's just going to be like, do-do-do-do. It's just going to be me.
Like a 2-second do-do-do-do?
No, for like 45 seconds. Nah, fuck.
Nah, that's too long.
We had a lot of real talk this episode. We talked a little bit of music earlier, just about being in business, mental health, how shitty your week has been. It's going to get better. It's going to get better.
It is going to get
Lord
better.
willing.
I just went through a phone call during our short break.
Boom.
And they basically, not the person didn't call me, but their homeboy called me and said, you're going to have the shirts by tomorrow night or Saturday morning. I said, okay.
So we'll see, by the time y'all are hearing this, if she does get her shirts. You know what I mean? You got to wait for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z to figure that out.
Right.
All right. But yeah, I think it's a lot of like important takeaways when it comes to your certain situation when you're getting into business and investing in yourself and your own brand and the different shit that we have to go through in order to make that happen. You know what I mean? So it's good that you were able to get that off your chest and really describe to people what's going on, because they may go through the same shit. You know what I mean? And just explaining your mentality going into it and you know, the way you used to react, now you reacting differently, and you know, maybe to the detriment of your own fucking like sanity and shit. But
and you know what? It does. What's crazy is a lot of people with mental health issues say that they get mental health issues because they hold a lot inside. So I feel like a lot of not dealing with how you feel causes issues down the line. So me being able to speak with people like my friends that are in the business, or, you know, sitting down on the podcast, it helps me get past that, because I'm eating my pride, not reacting in an angry way, but I'm also
therapy.
Right, it's therapy. I'm eating my pride, not acting the way I want, but it's also helping my energy, because I didn't sit all day and argue. But then me venting to people about how I feel also helps me. I don't have to bottle it all in. I don't have to take it out on the person, but I also don't have to bottle it all in and take it out on myself.
Yeah, that's why I said it as I said it, I meant it, but it came out like as a joke or whatever. But it's like when you go through life and then you stumble and, you know, it may be on you, whatever the case is. You just got to take that L and roll with it, man. It makes no sense just to fucking wallow under it. You know what I mean? If you take that L, man, you got to learn from it. Put that on your little utility belt like Batman and shit, and take that with you to the future. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna make the same mistakes again when it comes to whatever situation it is. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying your situation. I'm just saying anybody's. Because I feel like a lot of people really hold on to that, like, oh, like I should have bumped. Nah, bro. Just learn your lesson, take that with you, and move forward, dogs. Because we ain't got no time to be looking in the past, bro. That shit already gone. That money, guess what? You're gonna make it back. Boom. That's the way I look at shit, at least. You know what I mean? Because in order to move forward, especially when it comes to your own brand, that's the mentality you have to have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, that ends another week of the Deadass Though podcast. Episode 127 coming to an end right now. Next week, we're going to have Jay back in the building. Will his braids be done? Will they not be done? Y'all going to figure out. Also, we got to have the conversation with him about eating ass, because we told him not to do it, and he still does it, which is why he's not here. All right? And y'all press him too when you see him on IG or whatever. All right? Any closing thoughts?
Man, yeah. Y'all just do y'all, okay?
That's it.
And invest in yourself always, and sometimes you gotta roll with the punches.
That's it. Roll with the punches. We're going to see y'all next week. Be safe, you heard? Oh, yeah, go vote. How the fuck did we... whatever. Go vote if you haven't, all right?
Yeah, go vote if you have. I early voted.
Shout out to the early voters, man. It's still out there. Go out there, vote. We're going to holler at y'all next week.